Hi, I'm Devin Strickards, and today I'm here with Kyle Verhoek on his calf operation in Estelline, South Dakota. Kyle, go ahead and tell me a little bit about your operation and what you do a little bit on the daily.
So we feed bottle calves, the dairy beef cross, and then we do some of the replacement heifers for a couple dairies. And we start them here, day 1 to day 80, day 90, and then we take them to a couple different yards around the area to local grazers and have them custom fed up to all the way till fat. And then the replacement heifers go back at around 180 days.
When Dr. Dorcey went through your operation, he touched on some problems and some issues you faced. What were some of those issues, and what did you do to fix some of those solutions?
The first thing when he came through is he said, you know, whenever you get a down calf or a sick calf or a dead calf, call me. That was the first thing he said. And so a couple days later we did. We called him. We had it posted. We figured out what the problem was, and it was Histophilus. So he decided to implement a lot of the autogenous side of things to help for this exact site. And the Histophilus vaccine was one of the huge ones. Another one that we fought was the mycoplasma and the MMPH, the solid dose. That one really helped big time.
Improve some death loss?
Yeah, before we implemented our vaccine protocols from Dr. Dorcey, we were running in that 14-15% death loss. I would say within 90, 100 days after that, we went from 14, 15 down to 2. And we've been running with the same protocol now for around 16, 18 months, and we're still in that 2%.
Awesome, that's great to hear.
Yeah.
Kyle, I know one of the big things working with Dr. Dorcey and Profectus Livestock Solutions that you're doing now that you weren't doing before was lung scoring. Go ahead and tell me about how they lung scored and what they did and what you found and how you changed some stuff.
So actually, before Dr. Dorcey got here, I really had no idea what lung scoring was or anything about it. And he came in, introduced it, and talked about how it really shows how well you do in that first 2-3 months of the calf's life. And when we first started with the groups that we had from our previous vaccine protocols, we were running a lot of like lung score 3s, and on the lung score, you know, 1's good, 5 is bad, and 3, that's your tipping point from when you go from good to bad. And we didn't want to be riding the edge of bad, so we started the new vaccine protocol, obviously, and after that, we rarely see a 3 now. We're all 1s, 0s, a lot of 0s. I think on our average in the past 300, 400 calves, we probably are 0.6 of a 1. Yeah, it's drastically changed things up, especially in the lung life.
So when you have a bunch of lung scores and now you have really good data on these calves, what does that do for the calves you're raising for these dairies? How do they feel about some of that stuff?
Well, they know that when they're getting their calf back from the calf ranch, that calf was perfectly healthy. It was ready to take on its life. They didn't have to worry about sick calves coming from the calf ranch to the grower yards. They were ready to go, ready to begin their milking career.
Right.
Yeah.
Does having some of these numbers and working with Profectus allow you to market yourself better because you could show some producers some of that data?
Yeah, actually, you know, anybody can tell you that they do a really good job, but when you have the data and the numbers to back up the really good job that you're doing, it really helps not really sell the operation, but just go to show that you can do a good job.
Yeah, the operation can kind of sell itself.
Exactly.
Kyle, what's one of the biggest benefits of bringing Profectus Livestock Solutions on board to your team and your farm?
I would say one of the biggest things is that when we do bring on a new dairy, before those calves come in, you guys have such a good team that I call the dairy guy and I say, hey, would you mind if Dr. Dorcey or one of the other team members went up to your dairy, looked around, maybe took some fecal samples, just kind of figure out what we're working with as far as which diseases and what you have that I might not, so we can combat it before they arrive. And just having that person that, you know, hey, can you run over here and take this sample quick? Or hey, we might have a new dairy coming in. What are your thoughts? What can we do? Stuff like that. One of the biggest things is having one of the members really close by that pretty much answers his phone all the time. And no matter if it's 9 o'clock at night or 6 o'clock in the morning, heck, sometimes he's calling me before I'm going in the morning. But just being able to say, hey, can you run over here and take a peek at this? You know, one of the custom yards called and said that he's got a lot of droopy ears or runny noses, or they're not eating quite right. And just having that person to call, when you have multiple places and things going on, you can't always be there, but having someone else you can rely on be there really helps a lot.
As a producer in the livestock industry, it's nice to have someone helping you out a little bit on the back.
Yeah, it is.
Perfect.